आर्डेंट अल्कोवेव ने नई दिल्ली के त्रावणकोर पैलेस में अपने प्रीमियम बॉटल इन ओरिजिनल स्पिरिट्स का भव्य शुभारंभ किया। इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट टीम के पूर्व कप्तान केविन पीटरसन भी इस शुभारंभ में शामिल हुए। लॉन्च में ड्रम बेल ब्लेंडेड स्कॉच विस्की, जिन सोक प्रीमियम ड्रमस्टिक और जिन सोक शामिल थे।
Global perspective and the evolution of premium spirits. This is all written by human beings, guys. I'm going to bring on, I'm just going to rush through this so we get going because everybody knows why we're here. Everybody knows, yes? You're here because you are expecting free alcohol at the end of this. You will get. But you have to earn it. And earn it by enduring me, but not enduring Kevin. Kevin is already very more than enduring. He's a great man. Alright, so to truly understand, we have here Mr. Kevin Peterson here. I also want to bring on somebody else on stage. He's joining Kevin as a man who brings the voice of craft and heritage straight from Scotland. Scotland is in the World Cup, Scotland is here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for the master blender, Mr. Ian Forties, everybody.
That's not my World Cup shatter.
You're the best dressed person already on stage.
Wait till you see him later.
Is it all coming off? Is that right?
He wears his kilt.
The bit that comes off comes afterwards later on. That's the late night version.
See, that's what Dram Bell Whisky can do to you. Everything comes off. How are you doing, Ian? Everything good?
Yeah, fantastic. It's lovely to be back in Delhi. So yeah, enjoying the food, enjoying the culture, the people, and yeah, it's worst places to be, I'd say.
I mean, what an endorsement for Delhi. They're worst places to be. Alright, so at the foundation of all this is of course the leadership team at Ardent Alcobev. So I'd like to introduce a couple of people on stage and move a little further away here. This next gentleman is lead sales, distribution and analytics and systems with a sharp focus on building scalable operations and robust distribution networks. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jatin Fredericks, everybody. Hello Jatin, hi. Do we have enough chairs? Yeah, all chat GPT. You think I have time to write anything? And next up, we have a gentleman who has a deep expertise in marketing, brand management, and new product development. Can we please have a round of applause for Devashish Sham, everybody? Round of applause. And of course, none of this would be possible without our support from Rajasthan Liquor Limited. Its majority shareholder and one of India's most established Alcobev manufacturing groups. Representing Rajasthan Liquor Limited is Anish Sagar. Anish Sagar, round of applause for Anish.
The money man, huh? Where's my wallet?
I think it's inside the jacket. This is all coded with money.
I only like checks.
Alright, with that context in place, let's now turn our attention to the first chapter of today's story, the unveiling of Dram Bell Scotch Whisky. Now this is the awkward part where I ask everybody who's seated down to move away from the
It's at home.
There we go. I think this is it.
I like you're holding it up like the player of the match, like good boss again. It's nice, but let's talk about this. I think while Dram Bell anchors your portfolio and heritage, Jinsok and Glacir speak to experimentation versus
Wanting to know if I can add that value. The most important part are the partners, and we've got them on stage here now. I think what's really, really fundamental to the growth of a business, to understanding a business, is making sure that you have people in the business who have got tremendous experience. And the gentlemen that we have on stage here have got unbelievable experience in growing brands for other people. Decades of experience. And so this gives us the opportunity, or gave us the opportunity, to sit around a table, to go up to the Highlands of Scotland, to go and choose the liquor, to go and choose the bottle, to choose the top, to choose and speak about the business in terms of developing and growing the business for us. So this is our brand. So sometimes you can say we're a startup, and yes, we are a startup because we've only been going for the last 15, 16 months. However, with the experience that is on this stage right now, there are decades of experience in growing brands for other people.
absolutely super.
Craftsman, yeah, sounds pretty good.
So as a craftsman, which now you confirm you are, what is your philosophy behind Dram Bell as a craftsman?
Yeah, I actually had a really good question about this earlier. And I think Dram Bell is a mixture of fantastic Scotch whisky, but it's also kind of a style that's built from Indian palate. My background in whisky blending, I've been coming out to India since 2015, not quite as long as Kevin. But I've done a lot of work out here with the Indian whisky market. And I think when it came to the development stage of Dram Bell, it was creating a profile that's going to be well enjoyed by the Indian consumer. The whole story of Dram Bell is about bringing people together over whisky. And I think that the kind of the recipe or the makeup of both of these lovely whiskies was to be approachable. So they're whiskies that are great tasting, really well balanced, complex, that will appeal to whiskey fans. But they're also approachable. They're the whiskies that if you're not a go-to whiskey drinker, this could be the dram that maybe gets you into whiskey. And I think it's a whiskey you can share with everyone. That's the whole concept of Dram Bell, really.
Sharing is very lofty, but everything else.
You can have enough things, responsibly.
Let's come to the Ardent leadership. From a brand building standpoint, what gap were you aiming to address in the premium whiskey segment? Whoever wants to take this?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a very, very large segment, the Indian spirits market, as Kevin was alluding to. But a lot of it is sitting at the base and the medium end of the spectrum. And over the last decade or so, we've been seeing signs of premiumization. Our effort was to really accelerate that trend. We feel that the market is ripe for consumers to move on to the best that the world has to offer. And that's where Dram Bell comes in. We are moving the consumer up from what they've been drinking over the past few years into truly global spirit, but at price points which are really, really affordable for consumers to move on to. So that's really the philosophy, not just in Dram Bell, but for everything else that we try to do in our.
Super. Would you guys like to add anything to that?
Just to give a perspective, in Maharashtra, basically Dram Bell, Lender's Pride, which is the biggest brand in that segment, it's priced at around $1,500, right? While the Dram Bell 3-year-old is priced at 1,800 rupees. So it's very easy for the consumer to kind of scale and move up. So that's how we've positioned all our brands. It's very, very competitive in terms of our pricing. Even the 5-year-old, which is one of its kind in the country, there's no 5-year-old that you have, right? Today, a 5-year-old is actually cross-line in terms of pricing with a 3-year-old. And both these brands are bottled in the origin, so they're not bottled in India at all. The complete bottle comes in from Scotland here. So that's the other USP that this brand has.
You can also say something if you want. Okay, we now move to the next chapter of Ardent's portfolio, the unveiling of gin soak and Glacir. Is that how you say it?
Glacir.
Yes. Super. So let's have
And vodka amongst the young urban population is seeing significant adoption. And we felt that it was important to kind of take the same Dram Bell philosophy forward and provide the best the world has to offer to the gin and vodka consumer. And therefore we went back to Russia. Vodka from Russia is known for its fantastic quality. So both these products are from Russia. Water from Lake Baikal, which is the largest freshwater lake, is used to make the vodka, make Glacir. Gin soak is 100% botanical, soaked in alcohol, so all natural flavors in it. And again, price points. Glacir is being retailed at 1900 rupees in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Fantastic pricing. A Smirnoff, for example, is at 1700. Gin soak is available for 2300. Again, fully imported products from Russia at price points which consumers can't even imagine.
Awesome. Yes.
The fact that even though the pricing is competitive with its competitors, but the liquid is by no way any substandard. So our constant effort has always been to get a very superior product for a better price range, so that the customer offering is much better. So we've had endless sessions of tasting. Kevin and all the gentlemen here, we had, so whatever you saw in the video was actually real, by the way. So we've had endless sessions with Ian, and we've seen the entire blend portfolio, tasted them, spent, like while we've been in the business for a year and a half, it's taken us 2 years almost to get the blend ready itself. And then now with it to Scotland and everything getting ready, and Russia as well.
तो अभी जो हमारा प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है उसमें 150% ड्यूटी लग के ही आ रहा है।
So these are all all come from 2-row malted barley, if that helps as a kind of production. They are either distilled in copper pot stills, which would be the malt segment. The grain segment are column stills, but again copper, based in Scotland. So yes, so it's a mixture of different malts and grains for the production process. The maturation all takes place in the Highlands of Scotland. So the video you saw of Kevin is literally our maturation warehouse. It's 330 metres above sea level in the mountains of Scotland. And this gives a slow and mellow maturation. So it's matured in oak casks for a minimum of 3 years, and for the reserve a minimum of 5 years. And then these are married together to create the end flavour profile.
Alright.
There's a legend in Scotland where there used to be a lot of pilferage in distilleries earlier. Because of that, the distillery owners came up with a trick where they would ring a bell at a specific time in the day, and a dram of whiskey, which is a measure of whiskey, 1/8 of an ounce of whiskey, would be given free to all employees and whoever was around. Over a period of time, that ringing of bell came to be known as Dram Bell. So when the bell was rung, people would know that it is time for a free whiskey, and everybody would get together and share moments of laughter, conversations, and all of that. So that became a very, very sought after moment in the day of a Scottish worker. And that's where we got the name Dram Bell for. We wanted to capture that story in our brand.
And what is your market strategy in India behind this?
So currently we are looking at distribution. We are available in 8 states. Over the next few months, we should be expanding our footprint to another 15 odd states. That's the biggest challenge. Second is that once we place our product in the shelves, it has to be visible to the consumer. The brand story has to get communicated. The pricing, they have to be aware of the pricing. So those are things that we are working on. Kevin's presence is helping with partners like yourselves. If you can communicate the story out, it'll all helps us in building our brand. So that's what we are kind of focusing over the next, let's say 12 to 24 months.